I'm 200 pages into volume 4, spoiler talk time. Okay, so for the most part, this book has started off pretty cute. You know, we did a little time skip jump, a little traveling with Moron and everything. He's becoming a good person. He's making a name for himself in a positive way. And it's, you know, it's going great. Now, fast forward to it's been 5 years and Chuaning is finally awake. Obviously, the cousin and Mei Mei would be at the banquet and Moron wouldn't be at the banquet because he is out helping people and traveling and everything. He's doing good deeds, probably to make up for everything he did back in the past, but like, hey, it's progress at least. And Chuaning is just hearing all of these things about him. He's like, he's anticipating meeting him again because he's like, well, it's been 5 years and I wonder how much he's changed, how tall he's gotten, because he's no longer a teenager. He's a grown-ass adult and I haven't seen him in 5 years, so this will be interesting. Like, he really wants to see him. Also, when he was reading one of the books about what happened and he found out that Moron actually suffered like really bad damages to like a demon or something, he was so worried for him. He's like, oh my god, I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. He's coming home, so he's obviously okay, but I need to check him to make sure that he's okay. And then how he was a little upset that obviously Moron wasn't going to make it to the banquet at night, but then he sent fireworks message to say welcome back from seclusion, Shizun. And I'm just like, that is adorable. And then when they finally meet each other, it's in a hot spring. Granted, Chuaning didn't assume anyone was going to be at this hot spring and he just really wanted some hot water because his little pond spring was just cold water. So, you know, and he gets sick very easily. So he wants the hot water. It's a little chilly out at night. And he just happens to bump into a very handsome tan stranger. I'm also saying tan because the author really likes to bring up the fact that Moron's skin is now sun-kissed glowy because the boy has been out in the sun a lot. So, okay. Saying, if you read the book, the author really just likes talking about lips and the fact that he's really golden tan and like he's hot. And I'm always like, okay, we get it. Moron's obviously your favorite. Because every time you describe Chuaning, it's like his thin lips and his thin brows and his thin eyes. And I'm just like, okay. Anyway, being sidetracked. Moron is like shocked when he sees Chuaning because boy has had problems with differentiating from reality and his dreams to the point where he will take a needle and poke himself to see if he's actually awake. Again, that is traumatic. We will add it to the list for therapy at another time. Their introduction is very awkward because the both of them don't got no clothes because it's a hot spring and he's just like, I need to get out because I'm having a gay panic. Really bad. Need to leave now. And Chuaning is getting dressed and everything and she's like, okay, I'm fully covered, I'm fully clothed, I'm cool. All right, and then Moron has to be like slowly be like, hey, those are my clothes. And that is when Chuaning has basically a brain freeze because he knows either he ignores him and walks out with said clothes that are now dragging because Moron's obviously taller than him, so the clothes don't fit, or he takes the clothes off with Moron standing right there because he just didn't think to ask him to like turn around or something. So the obvious answer is that he ran away. Moron, being the little Labrador dog that he is now, gets dressed in Chuaning's clothes as best as he can and runs after him. And like he even shows off his little shield barrier thing to keep the wind from hitting Chuaning because like they have wet hair and everything because they just took a bath. And he doesn't want him to get sick because he's like worried for him. He's like, I'm going to cherish you, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to make sure that you don't need help from anyone because you clearly can't take care of yourself, and I'm going to be your #1 disciple, secretly your husband because I really like you, but like your #1. Chuaning doesn't really know how to react to this very open, sincere Moron. Like, it used to be Mei Mei getting all the smiles and attention, and now it's him, which is what he always wanted. Like, he never thought he would get it, but now it's what he's wanted, and now he's freaking out. He's like, what do I do with this? Someone's showing me actual love, attention, and affection, and I have no idea how to react to this. And I'm just like, same, bro, but like, calm down first. Also, Chuaning is kind of proud of the person that Moron has become. He's like, even though I wasn't there to like train you and help you and basically watch you grow up, you did well for yourself. You grew up to be a good person, which is, we love progress. We love the fact that he's no longer a demented psychopath bent on revenge and killing every single living being out on the planet. So, yay! And there's like other adorable little goofy moments, like the fact that Chuaning is definitely a summer child because bro got a book that had the height rankings of all cultivated masters, and it took him up until ranking 3 to figure out what the height they were talking about was. Also, the fact that he hopped on the fact that Moron was number one. Do you guys not have any like self-defense anything when you like are in private anything? Like some of the information was gathered through third parties, which I figured, but like this person stalked Moron as he was like taking a bath. Bro. It's not like Chuaning needed any actual like 100% proof to know the girth and the height and anything, because he's still having dreams about him and the Emperor. So he's already seen him shirtless. He's got that book. And he's got those dreams. He is gay panic the whole way. Because Moron is essentially his type as a grown-ass adult. He's like, oh my god, he is so handsome. He's also so fucking dense. So like one of the times where Moron is basically just trying to be a very caring person is that he, other than cooking breakfast and sweets and desserts, strictly just for Chuaning, might I add, he also wants to share breakfast with Chuaning. But Chuaning had a dream and that didn't work. Also, he ate all the food and didn't notice that Moron packed twice as much food because he wanted to share breakfast with him, but he was eating the food so like hungrily and heavily that Moron just sat there and just watched him, and I'm just like, yeah, he's a little dumb, but he's my dummy. I'm just like, you're both dumb. And there was another moment where Moron treats Chuaning to like a really nice restaurant. He basically asked him out on a date, but just didn't say it was a date. But like he wants that. He did invite his cousin and Mei Mei to come along, and both of them were like, I don't want to go with Chuaning like at all. Like I never shared a meal with him, and I just want to go. Which is weird because like, so what was that New Year's thing? You guys technically shared a meal, but like whatever, like consistency, sure. Don't know her. And then Mei Mei shows up with a bottle of wine. And I find that suspicious. I'm just saying. I don't trust Mei Mei at all. Like 100% don't trust him. There's nothing that you can say or do that would make me trust him. There's something in my gut that said don't trust him, and it's also like either a red herring or anything. But he's too much of a jealous ex-girlfriend, okay? But you were never an ex to begin with because you never confessed your feelings. Also, he thinks he's prettier than Chuaning, which is bull fucking shit. No, you're not. Like you're like on the outside, but like you're horrible on the inside. Because it even tries to be like he told them, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't make the wontons that made you fall in love with me. Chuaning did that. Sorry. And the one's like, yeah, no, I knew that like 5 years ago. Like, it didn't really matter. But like, Mei Mei was like, okay, but I didn't want it to seem like I was taking credit for it. I was like, really? Because it seemed like you fucking were all these years. You never once brought it up. Mei Mei is just making fucking excuses at this point, and I just fucking hate it. Also, the fact that he wanted to test to see if Moron was still interested in him by filling this boy up under the table, giving him a near panic attack. Because Moron is not into Mei Mei, like, at all. Like, he even thought about it later on. He was like, I should fall in love with Mei Mei. But he's like, well, when we were 16, I could see myself dating him. And that's, like, 20-year-olds and everything. We're complete strangers, so I don't really see that happening. It sucks that Chuaning doesn't like guys. I'm just like, bro. Chuaning only likes guys, but only specifically you. Mainly because he would not be tolerated by anybody else. Even a cat didn't like him, which is ironic. Because they're currently in, like, a farm. And there's this, like, farm girl trying to hit on Moron. And, like, Chuaning figured this out, which is surprisingly. And even, like, Moron is like, oh, I'm not interested in them. And I'm just like, nah, it's fine. And I'm just like, this girl needs to quit. Because Moron is basically a brick wall. You need to go somewhere else. Also, don't try to hit on Chuaning because then Moron will get jealous. They both get jealous of each other. How have they not figured out that they like each other? Like, he literally gave Chuaning a foot rub. Like, come on, bro. He's doing everything for you. He's basically just a himbo. Oh my god, okay. Well, progress, right? Progress. I don't know where this is gonna go. I hope it stays happy. So far, so good. Mei Mei can stay the fucking book, like, the first part of the book and never come back again. I would be happy with that. And, the bad guy can stay the hell away. For right now. Anyway, I hope everything stays good, and I hope they open up their eyes, because both of you are cut sleeves. You need to figure this shit out. Anyway, have a nice night. Finished book 4, spoiler talk time. I am glad that I did not cry at all in this book. Like, 0 tears came out of my eyes, okay? But there were a lot of Chuaning and Moron's relationship building moments, which is like what I fucking wanted since book 2, which is great for me. I really love the fact that it just proves how fucking dense both of these idiots are. Well, for the most part, Chuaning is the densest ones out of this. Surprisingly, it only took Moron 2 lifetimes and 2 deaths to figure shit out. He also finally realized that he never really loved Mei Mei. Like, he still appreciates Mei Mei, and like, Mei Mei's still an important person, but like, love him? No, he doesn't. He doesn't like the meek, soft people. He likes them a little rough around the edges. Also, Moron is such a concerning husband. And I'm going to refer to him as a husband now because technically they're still married. So they're never going to bring that up again. It was just bam, boom, done. Okay, whatever. Anyway, he's a very concerning husband because, like, the second someone even just mentions the possibility of Chuan having a fever, like even slightly being sick, he's in whole ass panic mode. He's like, oh my god, I need to take care of him. He has a weak constitution. He is he cannot deal with shit like this. And I'm just like, oh, that's cute. I can't believe it took you that long to fucking realize that you loved him. No offense. I would only act like that if I actually cared about the people. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't give a fuck if you had a cult. So, the fact that it took him this long to realize shit, I'm just like, yes. I'm also loving the fact that he called himself really stupid and dense. And I was like, yes, honey, you are. But you progress. You learned, okay? Technically, you're like 20-something years old, and it didn't take you that long this time. Because you were like 33 when you yourself, and you still didn't figure it out. So realistically, did it take him like 40 years to fucking figure shit out? Wow. Okay, it's not as long as like wow, these dames really just like having the main guys just wait for their lovers to realize shit. I thought Weihing was dense. Moron's a whole different level. Like even Shilian kind of figured shit out a little bit faster than him. But Chuan is still very much dense. Chuan is also very easily manipulated, which is very concerning. So like throughout parts of the story, Moron finally figures out how he feels. His reactions are very, typical. And then he tries to stay by Chuan's side, no matter what. He doesn't care if Chuan ever returns his feelings, which is so Hotchon of you. But Hotchon had better self-control, I'm just saying. But he starts to try to have Chuan be more well taken care of, and like he cooks for him, he makes him sweet, he buys him sweets, and then like when he was warming off the candy, which I didn't think you could actually do without it melting, but like whatever, and like giving it to Chuan, and Chuan just kept saying more, another. I'm just like, okay, you are spoiled. He spoils you way too much. Like even when they're back in the sack, he spoils him by always sitting with him because he wants to be around him, and then trying to trick him into eating more food because Chuan has the appetite of a picky toddler. So that is probably why you have a bad immune system, bro. You need to eat better. I don't think he likes like protein and like certain vegetables and stuff like that. I'm just like, boy, you can't just eat tofu and sweets. You have to balance it out somehow. And Moron's just like, I'll just politely trick Shizun. Hopefully he doesn't kill me later. And the other disciples are watching this. Well, and like betting on whether or not Chuan will actually eat the food that Moron gives him. And I'm just like, so does nobody realize anything? Like, because his uncle brings up the fact that Chuan should probably find a dual cultivating partner, and then he starts harping on his son, and then the son starts saying, well, Moron's of age too, so why hasn't he been like proposed to like get married or something? I'm just like, okay, can we please bring up the fact that both of you technically are already married so that this shuts up about it? I think things are just gonna get weirder because Moron's gonna ruin a wedding. It's for that SQ bitch. Like, she's up to no good. She's definitely 100% up to no good. She might have been reborn too. Fucking why? I never know. Because, like, at this point, I still think, like, Shimei is not very bright. So I really don't see why he would do all of this. And again, like, it really just makes no sense. But she would 100% do something to manipulate Moron in protecting Shimei. Because everyone knew that he was obsessed with Mei Mei. So, I'm starting, like, Shimei's just a fucking red herring. He really is. Because it doesn't make any sense for him to be the bad guy. But the SQ bitch, she's been, like, terrible since day fucking one. So she has a valid reason. Don't know how that's going to go for the wedding. Are they going to ask if anyone has an objection to this marriage? Please speak now or forever hold your peace. I really hope Moron isn't the one who reason is like, me, I have plenty of reasons why you should not marry this bitch. Because he might start a fight with a really rich sect. And his uncle and aunt will probably beat the fuck out of him. Maybe for once. Because, I mean, Moron, doesn't really show respect to people who disrespect Chuening, and the sect leader was a little bit of a shit. I don't remember his name. He's not really important in my eyes, so I'm just gonna call him Silver Tongue. So Silver Tongue over here, just kind of creepy how he's a little obsessed with Chuening. I'm not going to lie. Like, people need to back the fuck up, because Moron will gut a bitch, and I will proudly I will applaud that. I will be like, yes, sweetie, make sure you go for the throat. Make him dry his blood out through the sun. Just, I do not like characters. It's like, I know that Chuening can't really, like, sass people, but he can be a little bit upfront and rude because he has the status and skills. But I don't give a fuck about any of that. So I'm gonna sass all of you. So don't, and you even think about insulting Shizun in front of me. Because boy, if I could, I would end you. That's very cute. I think that's really cute. You know what's not cute? The hotel wall. For those of you who've actually read book 4, when I say the hotel wall, you know what I mean. The moment that Chuening and Moron shared with said wall. Didn't need that in my bingo card, but that didn't happen. So, okay. That was a thing. That had an illustration, which fucking surprised me. This is also part of one of the reasons why I should probably stop reading this on the bus. God forbid someone actually decides to spy on my phone and see that. I have a good poker face on the bus because of this shit. But that in itself, that scene, I was just like, okay, how are you fucking dense? How do you not realize shit? And hey, maybe the 5th book won't make me cry. And Moron will actually have a really decent plan to stop the wedding. And he won't get confused for wanting to steal her away. And that, Chuening could finally figure out his emotions. It just takes a little longer. He is Moron's little dummy. Because he acts dumb a little bit sometimes, too. Like, that poor boy. I feel like Chuening was sheltered. He's sheltered his entire life. But damn, if you go from MXDX's works to this, it's just a whole nother level. That poor wall. Nothing happened to the wall. I'm just saying, how? Just why? Whatever. The fact that they could hear each other only when it was convenient for the plot, and then they didn't hear the rest of it. I'm just like, fuck, why? But I clearly enjoyed this book, and it made me happy. This is probably my favorite book right now. Right now, it's my favorite book. Just because it was mostly just about them, and it didn't really have too much drama. Which probably means the 5th book's gonna make me cry. I'm pretty sure someone here commented that the 5th book was basically just, like, going to make me cry. So, maybe halfway through, can I have my little bubble? Just put me in a bubble for now, just so I can enjoy it, and then cry later. But who knows? I don't actually know if I'm gonna finish the 5th book this end of the month, because that is the plan-ish. I am trying to finish this book before the other TBR book comes out. August 6th is the release of the Tyrant's Disabled Pet Fish Volume 2, and I'm honestly just gonna read that one straight away. Okay? I also might have found out something about that series that I did not know. In my defense, I didn't Google anything about these books. I just saw the summary and was just like, I have the book, why not? Surprising me all the way. So I'm going to try to get this done before August 6th. And then we're going to go straight to this, Disabled Tyrant Pet Fish. And then obviously I won't read the other book until it comes out on August 20th. So this should be an interesting couple of weeks. Yeah. Well, wish me luck. Night.